Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today I got 5 of the most broken lanes of all time. These are lanes where you're guaranteed not only to get a ton of farm, but to get a ton of kills. And I know the only reason why the average 3K player plays Dota is to try to go 40-0 every game. Who cares about CS? These lanes, they don't care about CS, they only care about kills. Let's get into the best 5 lanes in Dota right now. And yeah, let's hop into it. By the way guys, if you want to become absolutely broken, well, what you need to do is sign up to the gameleap website down below right now. The reason why you should do that is because every single day we post a new video there. Content that you simply just will never get on YouTube, we post every single day to the website. It's really top tier stuff. I'm very proud of what I make over there. We also have other creators, many of my great friends who are top tier Dota players, creating guides about different heroes, different roles, different items, skill builds, talent builds, everything you need to know to get to the next rank. So if you feel a little bit lost, you're a little bit stuck, click the link down below. I'll see you guys there. And now let's get into the video. Alright, so the first one is maybe my favorite lane, literally of the entire patch. I'm not just saying this, I actually think this lane and this combination of heroes is broken, just in general. We'll talk about the lane and the game, actually. So that's Weaver Magnus. Weaver is considered to be one of the hardest lane dominators as a 4 right now. Basically, most 4s can't trade with it, because if they do and they overcommit, they die. Bugs is the best level 2 spike in the game. I actually think that is almost true. It might be the best level 2 spike in the game, and Mag also has one of the best 2 spikes in the game, and the reason for that is you skewer people. Now, you guys might be like, oh, okay, so what's so good about this lane? Because you can't really stun them when you bug them, and usually that's what you do with Weaver. You follow up his bugs, you swarm someone, they lose all their armor, you stun them, they die. The thing is, skewer is even better. All you gotta do is make sure you have a decent offlane player, which maybe you guys don't, but if you do, and they can shockwave skewer someone under the tier 1 or just back into the lane and you bug them, they're gonna have like a bug on them for at least 5 to 10 seconds because they're gonna be so far out of position that they have to focus on retreating rather than killing the bug. Because if they focus on killing the bug, then they're in between 2 heroes in a creep wave or the tower, and if they don't and they run away, well then they're gonna be tanking a bug the entire time and have no armor. And this is exactly what happened. Literally, I've made rank 100 Monkey King players buy back Rage, not kidding. I was level 8 on Magnus with the same lane when a Wraith King was level 5. And so yeah, you can just kind of imagine why this is a pretty good lane. It just kills people at level 2. Like, unironically, if you hit Skewer, Shockwave Skewer, and you bug them, it's a kill. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts. Moving on to the mid game, what I like to do with Magnus is actually play relatively sacrificial in the mid game. Especially if I'm with a PA or a Jug or a Slark and I need to be empowering them 24/7, otherwise they're gonna whine and act like a 3rd grader. What I do is I basically give farm priority to someone else. Who's one of the best farming 4s in the game? Weaver. Easily. Why? Because he's so good at playing the dead lane, this hero naturally cannot get picked off very easily. Right, it runs around, it Sakuchis, it farms up the creeps, if it gets ganked, it has time-lapse Sakuchi, so right, it's hard to gank, and it scales well with items. If you buy Vessel and Weaver, you can solo kill any support, then you buy an Ags, and you basically have a free Aegis on your team. So this hero is insane for that reason. Like, the hero's win rate extremely high right now, Magnus's win rate also pretty solid, at least in high MMR pubs, so this lane does require a bit of a skill, I would say. You know, I'm sure you guys are good enough though, because you all have gameleap subs, right? So it shouldn't be a problem. Because you have gameleap subs. If you don't, you should click the link in the description. The second lane we're going to be getting into is Snapfire Mars. This is what I like to call the minus armor lane, or the physical damage lane. It's also kind of similar to Weaver Mag in a sense, where it's a repositioning lane. However, this is the mega repositioning lane. Another lane with literally stupid kill threat, okay? Here's what you do. You want to take your E on Snapfire and Cookie on Snapfire. You want to take your Spear and Rebuke on Mars. Nothing crazy there. Now, Snapfire E spikes at level 3 because it more than doubles in damage and it doubles in attack range. But honestly, once you hit level 2 in this lane, here's what you do. You Cookie the Mars onto the carry, or the support, optimally the carry so you kill the carry, Cookie onto the carry, Spear him into a tree, little Shredder them, their armor goes to like -2, okay, unless they're like Terrorblade, it goes to like -2, and then you God's Rebuke them, which is physical damage, and all of a sudden, you've speared them towards you, right, because it's after the Cookie, so you spear them into you, sort of like a skewer, which is why it's so valuable, and then you rebuke them into you again, and so they're like wildly out of position with no armor, and they just die almost every single time. Like, I'm not kidding. You'll be surprised how much damage Little Shredder actually does by itself and with the armor reduction it provides. So this lane is ridiculous. Also, what I like doing if you're in this lane is you can go an Orb of Corrosion on Mars. Honestly, when you hit this timing, if you land a cookie, they're dead. I mean, there is basically no heroes that live besides like maybe Void, because he can time lapse, you know, that type of hero. But like other than that, for the most part, they just feed. This lane is insane. And by the way, in the mid game, it's also just as good. Not really for the same reason, but Arena into Snapfire ulti is absolutely brutal to play against in the mid game. I mean, if you hit a 2 or 3 man Arena and you follow it up with the Snap ulti, team fight's over. It's over. Like, it's over. It's literally over. There's no way they don't die. There's no way they don't die. And so this combo, extremely good in lane, extremely good in the mid game. Pro teams are picking it. I recommend you do too. It's really good in pubs as well. Moving on, we got a Drow Undying lane. Drow Undying. This lane, what it does is kind of just auto attacks you after it gets you low. I think I've talked about this lane in the past, but I wanted to bring it up again right now because I think Drow's in a really good spot. Also a big fan of Undying personally. But yeah, it's really simple. Undying should buy an Oov. Drow has Frost Arrows. Once you have Oov plus level 2 Frost Arrows, their movement speed literally goes to like 150. They can't move. You put up a tombstone. They can't run from the tombstone, so a bunch of zombies start eating them. It's basically another episode of The Walking Dead, except for the enemy team, and they end up dying. And yeah, it's just a really strong combo. It's also good in the mid game for simple reasons. Undying frontlines, Drow doesn't. That's good for Drow. Next up, we got another minus armor lane. You see that minus armor in the laning stage, pretty good. Pretty good. We got the Weaver Bugs, Snapfire E. In general, when people have low armor and you can bring them into the negatives and make auto attacks do pure damage or more, it's pretty good. You're gonna get some kills. So this is PA Dazzle. Now, Dazzle doesn't necessarily reduce armor. He can rush a medallion, which I actually recommend he does in this lane. But what I think Dazzle should do is take Poison Touch. PA is going to go the standard RTZ build that I showed you guys recently in a video, which is Orb of Corrosion, first item on PA, and you're going to dagger people with Poison Touch. Similar to Drow Undying, their movement speed's going to go to nothing, and PA, if she can start the fight with a Poison Touch dagger and just let the opponent basically lose 1/3 of their HP with no committal, that's when PA likes to commit, that's when PA likes to jump. The hero rarely wins like the just straight up one-on-one early on, but once they've lost like 1/3 of their HP and have a consistent Poison Touch going, the fight's over. On top of that, Dazzle's heal is really good with PA because unlike a lot of carries, she just easily gets on top of the opponent. So you not only get heal out of the heal, you also get damage. You also get the damage aspect, right? Like an extra 80 damage on laning stage. That's huge. It's huge and it's all physical, right? So this minus armor that's coming into play, the medallion from the Dazzle and the corrosion from the PA melts opponents. On top of that, PA's biggest weakness in the laning stage is easily sustain. So there's 2 counters to this. Well, counters to her issues of sustain, which is number 1, a stick, a wand on PA, and number 2, Dazzle! Dazzle, he has a heal. It's literally just so good. This lane is so powerful. It does lack a bit of stun in the mid game, so I recommend you incentivize. You know, maybe you say, hey, I'll run down mid your next pub if you pick Earth Spirit for position 4. Because you kind of need, like, a stun hero, or a Kunkka mid or something like that. All these things are really useful, so just keep that in mind. And finally, last but not least, is another safe lane combo, and that is the Ogre Magi Monkey King lane. You really can't get more brain dead than this. You can't. You really can't. You just Bloodlust Monkey King, and he takes Jingu. If you can't win this lane, you're lost. You're done. All right. The only lane that should lose, the only lane that should beat Ogre Monkey is like Snap Mars or Weaver Mag. I'm telling you, this is it. That's it. Okay. Other than that, Ogre Monkey, win every lane, okay? Just literally wait till you're level 2, maybe level 3. Level 3 is really good as well. Big spike for Jingu, a big spike for Ogre because he can go 1-1-1 if he wants to be like really greedy, really dangerous at level 3. You have Bloodlust. Always take a point in Bloodlust. Please do not skip Bloodlust with Monkey King. Bloodlust him at level 2. It doesn't cost much mana, and just spam it on him. Off cooldown. Bloodlust the Monkey King over and over and over again. This hero has a good animation as is. It's insane. Like, the ability to just build up Jingu fast, it's really, I would love to make this more complicated than it is, but I can't. I really can't. The only thing I'd like to say about the mid game is similar to Drow Undying, Monkey King is absolutely not a frontliner, okay? He's not a frontliner, you know? I even just had this thought, you know how, like, when you would watch these, like, American Revolution videos in history class, and they would just like kind of frontline, they just like run into each other where like both sides would just like line up out of respect and run at each other. That was so stupid. And a lot of people do that in pubs just with like towers. I think you guys are just like as stupid as those people, because you should stop doing that. And the good thing about Ogre Monkey King is that Ogre does the frontlining, right? So he's the stupid guy. It's even in his hero. And then Monkey King gets a good ulti off as a result. Basically, anytime you're playing Monkey King, you want somebody YOLO in and die so that it creates space for you, right? The enemy team will overcommit on them. You get a good ulti, stun, bada bing, bada boom. Hopefully you're bloodlusted. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you try out these lanes. They are incredibly strong. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the GameLeap website where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.